everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Nobody's Beauty Guru. Today I'm here with a declutter. It's a giant declutter. No, it's not. It's a decent sized declutter. I've been doing a lot of these recently, and as I sat down to really go through and do my collection numbers, I realized my numbers were still not exactly where I wanted them to be, and I am still very much honing in on where I want my collection and the kind of makeup that I use and the kind of makeup I enjoy. And the more I pan, the more I realize that. So I'm definitely getting there. It's a process. I know my numbers will continue to go down, but they might go up first because I did have a little bit of retail therapy for the first time in a very, very long time. And I ordered some ColourPop pressed shadows and some Coastal Scents hot pots because they were on sale. So I do have some single shadows coming into my collection. One of the things that I'm learning is that I prefer my single shadows over my palettes. I'm decluttering a lot of palettes and bringing in single shadows so that I can custom make my own palettes that I know I really enjoy. And I'm also getting rid of single shadows that I have not reached for, that I just don't think I'm going to use, so that I can make room for the ones that are coming in that I really am excited about. Let's start getting into all the stuff that I am going to be getting rid of. My makeup numbers update is coming before this one, so if you want to know what I finally end up with after this declutter, then you can go and check out that video. I will link it up above or link it down below. So I do have my full makeup numbers in that one. This is stuff that I got rid of to get to those numbers. So let's just go ahead and jump into this because I'm excited about it. It makes me feel really good when I can get rid of stuff that I know I'm just not going to use. So first up is this Giant Makeup Forever palette. It is full of single shadows that I have not reached for, as well as some blushes. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. Some of these are labeled, some of these are not. I have 3 of these NYX blushes. These are not labeled with names, so I don't know what they are. Although I believe that one was, this one is Pinched. And this one I believe is Dusty Rose, which I do like, but I just have too many blushes. I'm not going to get through them. I have some from a JCat Beauty palette that I'm getting rid of. I swatched them. I don't like the way that they come off. I don't like the color payoff. I have a whole bunch of these Tarte shadows. These I was holding on to for the longest time because they swatched really nice and I liked the colors. But the truth is, I have these in other singles. They're nothing that phenomenal that I can't find like a matte brown in another palette. And this came from a holiday palette and I just don't love the formulation, so it's time for them to go. Also getting rid of some Wet n Wild, which I was not anticipating, but when I looked at them, they're colors I have other places. I'm just gonna hold this up for you. So you can see I'm getting rid of like some creams and a lot of browns and these mauve tones because I have them other places. This black is Panther. I'm getting rid of that as well because I have other blacks that I really love. So these are just ones that I could keep and use, but in all honesty, I have them in other formulas I like better. I have them in Makeup Geek. I have them in other palettes, and I just don't need this many browns. And a lot of these browns are shimmery, and I prefer these colors to be matte. So it's just time for them to go. This one I believe is from the Comfort Zone palette, but it's got so much glitter in it. I know I'm not going to reach for it. And yeah, these are all going to go. And I'm going to keep this palette, but I'm getting rid of those shadows. I'm going to just put them in a little bag and get rid of them. And then I have this box, a giant owl crate box, not giant, but it's big, full of makeup that I'm going to show you what I'm getting rid of. I'm going to be getting rid of some powders because I just don't use them. This is the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. I don't like matte finishing powders. This one has color. I prefer a clear one. And then this is an HD finishing powder from NYX as well. I prefer my finishing powders to be loose powders. I'm not going to use a pressed version, so that's time for that to go. I'm also cutting the cord, guys, on my butter bronzer. This is too light for me. It is just way too light. It doesn't show up the way that I want it to. It's too orange for me when it does. I don't like it. I love the smell. I wanted it to work. I want it to love the hype, but it's not a color that works for me, so it has to go. The Silent Treatment by Wet n Wild, amazing pigmentation, great formula. Really, really do like it, just don't need it. Similarly, I'm getting rid of the Smoke and Melrose palette because I don't need it. I don't reach for it. I have these colors 1,000 times over. I don't need this particular one. The California Driver's License one by The Balm, because I've never touched it. It's supposed to be like a multitasking highlighter, blush, brow color, definer, and you could use this for highlighter, blush, or for eyeshadows. So you're supposed to be able to just take this one thing and go. And you probably can, I just don't need it. Getting rid of this Smashbox. This is the Filter Trio, and I got this in a subscription service at some point. I used up this cream shadow that's actually like pan, and then there's a matte dark brown and a matte sable like medium tone brown. They're tiny, I don't need them. They're great for travel, but I just don't need them. Also getting rid of this Bewitched by, I think this is Prestige, and it is a very cool duochrome shadow. I'll never use it. I don't need it. I have duochromes from Makeup Geek that I use, so this one's not necessary. Also getting rid of Bedroom Eyes, or no, this is Girl Talk by NYX. It's a beautiful prismatic shadow. I do like it, but I could multitask this as a highlighter, as a lid shade. The truth is, I have a ton of other shadows that do the same thing that I can put in a palette and aren't single. I don't need that. This NYX Pearl Mania in Copper, no, Penny, I'm never gonna use it. I don't like pigments, and I kept some still, but I don't need them. This one is in Jaded. This is a beautiful green color from NYX. It really is pretty, but I have it in a Makeup Geek shadow. I don't need it in this one. Getting rid of my Carly Bible palette because I just do not like the pigmentation on this at all. The formula on this is not good to me. I don't like it. I can't. I know it's some people's favorite. I truly, truly, truly dislike it. A couple of glitters. This is Zambuca and Manhattan. These are from the Glitter Bar. They're just literally loose glitters, and I will never use them. I'm also getting rid of Ride On My Copper by Wet n Wild, which is just a copper pigment. This pigment by Wet n Wild is beautiful. I do love that the packaging has like a sifter right in it, and like a little, this one was one that was really, really close to one of the other ones that I had from Wet n Wild, so I got rid of that one. Also got rid of this white pearl because I had another one from Geek Chic, and I figured I would just use that one instead, so I didn't need two whites. Getting rid of an e.l.f. primer. This is the hydrating face primer. I don't have dry skin, so I didn't need the hydrating one. I kept the poreless, but I had way too many primers, especially now that I'm not wearing foundation all the time. I just don't need this many primers, so this one can go. Getting rid of two of my jumbo sticks. These are the last two NYX jumbo sticks. I have one other one from Tarte, I think, but I'm getting rid of milk and I'm getting rid of yogurt. Yogurt I tried to pan forever ago. Milk has just never gone anywhere, and this is one that I was keeping because it makes shadows really bright and really vibrant and it helps them pop, but I don't do looks like that enough to warrant keeping this one. So it's gonna go, and if I need to, I can use some kind of like mixing agent or a primer, or I can put concealer down first. I can figure out another way to make it work. This is just not something that I need. Getting rid of two lip products. I'm getting rid of Bite Beauty in Fig. It's a beautiful color. I thought I was gonna love it. It is way, way, way too pink for me. And these are natural, so they go bad pretty quickly. I'm going to take this box to a friend and see if she wants anything, but this just does not look good on me, so it's going to go. Also getting rid of my Ofra Kathleen Lights Havana Nights. This is just, I'm not even going to swatch it. It's like a brick reddy orangey color, and there's nothing wrong with the color necessarily, but it is pretty close to this Project Chimps, which is a lot brighter. This one's darker, but I can darken this one up. And I don't like the formula, so I'm going to get rid of it. Getting rid of this e.l.f. Total Face Palette. Not necessarily because it's a bad palette, just because it's way too light for me. This is a highlight, these are blushes, this is supposed to be a bronzer. It's very light for my skin tone, and I think my friend will actually really enjoy that, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. Also going to get rid of my Mad for Matte, which has never even been swatched. I don't need it. I have other matte shadows that I really know and love, and I just don't need that in my life. Getting rid of my Lorac Stylist eyeshadow palette. This one is one that I've used for a while. I'm close to pan on some of these colors, but I've got a black, some purple, some like mid-tone green, a gray, and I don't need it. I have other shadows that I like, and these are not colors that I reach for, so it's gonna go. I have a couple samples. I have a Too Faced Shadow Insurance sample. I just don't need it. I have a Pore Vanishing Stick from Estee Edit. I don't even think they sell anymore. And a Porefessional little thing. I have some tube samples of those, and I just don't need the little tiny pod. So I'm going to see if a friend wants to use them. Also getting rid of my Pure Minerals. This one doesn't have a name for the palette. These tones in here are very nice. I have them 1,000 times over, and I don't love the formula on this, but I have a feeling another friend will actually really get a lot of use out of that. And I'm getting rid of Poppy Picnic, which was a haute look purchase, and I really thought I was gonna love, and I don't think I've done anything but swatch this. This color got swatched a little bit. These are all mattes. You have some more like peachy tones, some more neutral brown tones, and then a very shimmery blush with gold glitter in it. I just don't need it. I have these colors, I have blushes that I love, and it hasn't been touched. It's a Tarte palette. Somebody else will get some really good use out of it. So all of those products are going. Hopefully more will go soon. And I know that sounds really strange to some people, but I really want to hone in on things that I love and love using and I'm excited for. That has been this particular declutter. I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along. I know a ton of people love declutter videos, and while I'm not looking to be a minimalist, trust me, I am still surrounded by makeup. I am trying to just keep what makes me happy. So that has been everything for this particular declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.